so it's time for me to put all VOCs into the randomizer we're choosing. But let's go ahead and see all VOCs real quick, just to make sure I'm following the rules. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh boy, that one would be difficult to draw, seeing as I'm not really that good at drawing animals or furries. Hopefully the randomizer won't pick an OC that would be difficult for me to draw. Why? Howdy y'all, I'm PaintThatBell, and today I'll be drawing y'all's OCs yet again. Today's lucky winner is Kaleidos, and they provided an OC for me to draw. I'll thank all the other participants for joining at the end of the video, so please continue watching until the very end to see who all participated. But without further ado, I already have the sketches here, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so Kaleidos won this round. Wait, is that how you say it? Kaleidos. Yes. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, by the way. Their character that they wanted me to draw is Calia, a sort of fish lady, and I'm gonna be honest, my first thoughts were, oh boy, how in the world am I gonna pull this off? I am not good at drawing animals, and I've never drawn a fish. How am I gonna pull off a furry fish? Then my second thought was, man, this is a well-designed OC. I kid you not, that was my second thought. This OC looks like a design for a movie or a really good video game. It's like Legend of Zelda quality good. Like it could be in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, actually it reminds me of Breath of the Wild just a bit. Maybe not in the face, but the overall design of it in general. I thought that was really cool when I looked at it, and because this OC is like a fish creature human, I decided that drawing them underwater would be cool. Not even thinking about how difficult it would be to add in the water effects later. But nevertheless, I was bound and determined to have them swimming underwater, so they are swimming underwater, dang it! Honestly, the rest of the drawing really wasn't too hard, other than the water effects that were so difficult. I had to find the right brushes, I had to get the underwater lighting just right, and the color didn't want to show up. But other than that, it all went pretty smoothly. But I'm rambling, and the owner of Calia actually has some information about their character in the form of a interview of their character, which I thought was really unique and different. It's actually kind of cool. I might do that for some of my OCs. They actually used a questionnaire for their character that they got from another DeviantArt user. So kudos to Wonderwolf for making that awesome questionnaire, because that's really cool of you. Let's go ahead and get on with the interview though. Serious time. Okay, first question. What's your age, name, and gender? My name's Calia Ontero. I'm 34 years old. Skyphorian years, that is. Your Earth moves a bit slower, doesn't it? So it would be around 29 years in your time? Oh, Sophine, I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm actually talking to an alien from outside her system. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Oh, right. I'm a woman. How would you describe yourself personality-wise? A bit shy, I guess? I think I'm more of a bookworm. I'm not that good with people, but I try. And I love exploring and trying new things. What's a typical day like for you? Oh, well, I usually get up late because I need to work at night. After breakfast, or rather lunch, I guess, I try to get some chores done. Laundry, groceries, cleaning, stuff like that. In the afternoon, I drive up to the observatory. Oh, and I usually stop for a coffee and some snack on the way. There's this lovely cafe just down the street from it. When I'm there, I'll go through my data from the previous nights. There at the observatory, I mean. Not at the cafe. Anyway, I'll analyze the data, maybe discuss my findings with colleagues and our boss, and we plan the schedule for the telescope that night. Then after Safine went down, we start recording new data for our respective projects, that is. If the weather is good. Up in the mountains, it usually is, but depending on the season, it can happen that the sky is full of clouds and we can't see anything. Well, and when the telescope is occupied by others, I use the time for further computations and data analysis. When I get home and go to bed, it's usually early morning? How do you wind down at the end of the day? Do you even wind down? I don't really need to wind down. Driving home in the early morning is quite relaxing. The streets are quiet, Safine's return colors the sky, the last of the stars are fading, the birds are singing. What is your earliest memory? I think that's the mobile dangling over my head. It was full of shiny stars that would move all over the place whenever there was a gust of wind. Or when my parents parted it. I couldn't reach it myself back then. Was your relationship with your parents? Very good. Sure, my mother spends a lot of time out in the ocean, but she always brings back the nicest things or stories home when she comes back. My father is a sculptor. He still spends time most of the day in his workshop, but he's always happy when I visit him. What do you do when you're bored? I tend to drift off into daydreaming, or night dreaming, I guess, since I'm mostly nocturnal these days, nights. Do you regret anything you've done? Oh, well, a few things. There has been a car accident, for example. No one got hurt too bad, but, Do you dress to be functionable or fashionable? Fashionable. Basically I have a desk job, so I can wear whatever I want. Who are your best friends? How did you meet them? I'm not much of a people person, but I get along well with my colleagues. And then there's the waitress in the cafe close to the observatory, Taloma. I like chatting with her when she brings me my order, but then again, most people do. Have any siblings? If so, what is your relationship? 2 older brothers, Cyrudon and Elrius. We get along well, I guess. They've always been closer to each other, I think, and they like to tease me, but they do look out for me. When I was in school, there used to be some kids who liked to pick on me, until my brothers beat them up. We still meet at family gatherings, but they live a few days of travel away, so I don't see them that often. What is your job? Is it tiring or difficult? I'm an astronomer, and no, it's not tiring, not really. Sometimes the calculations can get pretty tedious, but I love learning more about the world we live in. When you're going through a rough time, do you seek help or consultation from others? I usually turn to my family in that case. How easy is it for others to gain your trust? Not too hard, I guess. But I really rarely get close to someone. Like I said, I'm more of a bookworm. I'm more comfortable with my charts and calculations than with people. What is your sexuality, if you don't mind me asking? Hetero? Why do you want to know that? Do you have a significant other? What are they like? No, I've had a few flirts now and then, but it never quite works out. The whole not a people person thing, Have you ever lost a loved one? Yes. 2 of my grandparents due to old age, and an uncle of mine fell in battle. Oh, I also lost some pets over the years. I know, it's not the same as losing a person, but it's sad nevertheless. How often do you act on impulse? Does it ever backfire? Not often, I think. I'm rather cautious. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes, I think. The souls of the dead have to go somewhere, right? How about aliens? Yes, there's so many stars out there. They have got to be planets with life somewhere. And oh my, I still can't believe we're actually having that conversation. What traits do you value the most in others? Being friendly, having an open mind, and I admire people who actually have confidence in dealing with others. Do you dream often? What are your dreams like? Oh, pretty much every night. They're quite varied. Sometimes it's about some childhood memory. Sometimes it's chaotic and surreal version of my real life. Oh, and sometimes there are actual stories that I'm a part of. I really like those. Sadly, I usually wake up before they're resolved. I've never returned to any of them. Not that I know of. Are you a light or heavy sleeper? Do you sleep in? A heavy sleeper, I think. I'm kinda used to sleeping when it's bright and noisy outside, and yes, I sleep in, or rather, my sleep schedule has adapted to my work hours. Okay, this is a bit personal, but have you ever, done the do? This is very personal, yes. Do I have to answer that? Do you have any pets? No, not at the moment. I used to have a Chelonin Mola, but she passed away last year. Have you ever been drunk before? How often do you drink? Oh, no, I've never really seen the point of getting drunk. And I rarely go to parties or things like that anyway, and when I do, I prefer the fruit juices. Alcohol tastes kinda weird anyway. Are you respectful to authority figures? Yes, of course. I mean, they are authority figures for a reason, right? Also, it's difficult enough to interact with people on my level. What kinds of movies do you like to watch? Movies? You mean like at the cinema? I rarely go to there. Too many people, you know. Also, I'm usually at work when they show them. Do you have any guilty pleasures? No, I don't think so. What would you say is the happiest memory of your life? Oh, that would be when my mother gave me my first telescope. I absolutely loved it. I mean, I got better ones over the years, but that's when it all started. How about your worst memory? That was in school. That was the first time I had a crush on a boy. One day I got the chance to talk to him alone and tried to tell him, and he just laughed, and then the next day the whole class knew about it. What did you aspire to be when you were young? Did that dream change as you grew up? Sorry. Well, when I was a child, I always wanted to go to the stars. I was really disappointed when I learned that the airships can't fly that high. That it would be freezing cold up there and that there would be no air to breathe. So, well, I did the next best thing. When I'm looking through a telescope, I can actually imagine being up there. How far would you be willing to go to get what you want? I don't know. I'm not very good at asking people for something, so I guess I won't get very far if there is any opposition. But if it's something that can be solved by hard work, I think I'll manage. What is sure to ruin your day? Getting into an argument. I tend to feel uneasy for hours afterwards, worrying whether I can ever talk to that person normally again. Do you have any nervous habits? I can never keep my hands still, even less so when I'm worried. Play video games often? Sorry, I have no idea what that is. What kind of things do you laugh at? I roll my eyes at people who still believe that our world was flat or that Safine would revolve around it instead of the other way around, but I would never openly laugh at them. No. Sometimes I laugh at animals acting stupidly. I guess that's because they wouldn't notice or get angry about it. Favorite genre of music? I love traditional chamber music. I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but there's something really charming about a small group of instruments. What do you think your spirit animal would be if you had one? I really like Chelonins. I'm not sure if that means this would be my spirit animal, but maybe there is a reason why I like them. Have an accent of any kind? I guessed Eastern Hetchelik. Chess or checkers? No idea. What does that mean? Do you feel sentimentality toward a particular object? That first telescope that I got from my mother. It's a bit scratched and dented, but I still have it. I keep it on my desk at work. Are you generally pretty secretive, or are you open book? I don't like keeping secrets. I'm afraid I'm not good at that. What are you most embarrassed about? That would be my driving. I'm not that good at it. I mean, I did pass the test eventually, but I keep misjudging distances. My colleagues often joke that I need to triangulate the obstacles first. Okay, so as a person who wears glasses and all that, yeah, that's this judging distances is still hard for me, so I can relate somewhat to this character. What are your deepest fears? Being put on the spot and being rejected by people I care about. And I'm really scared of the possibility that the Paraqueans might try to get past the island's chain separating us from them. I mean, our military has kept us safe so far, but there are rumors that they are negotiating a treaty with Southern Andes. How desperate would you have to be to lie to, steal from, injure, or murder another person? Do you do any of those things regularly? Very desperate, I think. You see, I'm not much of a fighter, so I don't think I can overpower another person. Now, lying may be easier, but I'm always be worried that would backfire eventually. Do you have any scars? How did you get them? No, fortunately not. Say someone has mistreated you in some form. Would you immediately lose their temper, hold a grudge, or simply let it go? I'll probably hold a grudge and be wary of that person from that point onwards. How do you deal with physical and mental pain? Not well, I suppose. What is your ideal place to live? Oh, I guess any place where there's a clear view of the sky and the weather is good at night. It should be quiet, maybe a smaller town, and at a safe distance from any country controlled by the Paraclans. Actually, I'd say Onderland comes pretty close already. Sorry, some of these words are really hard to pronounce. What was your childhood like? A bit lonely. I didn't really have social contacts outside my family, but that was okay, I guess. I had my brothers and my parents and my grandparents. I enjoyed sitting in my father's workshop and watching him turn raw stone blocks into detailed figures. And then when I was old enough, my brother introduced me to the mathematics of the stars. She's a navigator, you know? She mostly stayed at home when I was young, but went back to work during my late school years. What is your favorite kind of weather? I like it when the sky is clear and you can see the stars. That's not to say I didn't like clouds. They can have fascinating shapes too. So I guess a bit cloudy during the day, clear sky at night? How important to you is friendship? What about romance? Well, I do like my colleagues and acquaintances, so I guess friendships are somewhat important. And concerning romance, well, I'm still looking for the right guy. Have any disabilities, weaknesses, or allergies? I'm allergic to most tree nuts. What's your favorite thing to eat? I love gratinated vegetables of all kind, especially lingari. Do you have any kids? If not, do you picture yourself ever having them? No, not yet. I mean, I guess I want to have children one day, but I'll have to find a partner first. How well can you sing? Alright, I guess. I mean, sometimes I sing when I'm under the shower, but I don't think I would ever sing in public. Are you particularly confident? Does your confidence level change if less people are around? It does change, yes. I prefer fewer people and those I already know. Do you like shopping? Oh, I like exploring markets, especially when there are unusual wares on display like exotic fruit, foreign fabrics, or newly invented machinery. How do you interact with strangers? Cautiously. I mean, I try to see the best in people, but you never know. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you loved? Well, that first crush I told you about comes to mind. If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be? I think I'd probably do something about my social skills. If you could meet anyone from the past or future, what would it be? Maybe one of the earliest astronomers back in the day. You know, those who had to make do without telescopes, but built those stone monuments in line with the constellations? Yeah, that would be interesting. If a genie granted you 3 wishes, what would they be? Oh, a way to travel out to the stars would be great. Then, better social skills, like I said, and better driving skills, too. Do you like attention? Not really. I mean, it depends on what kind of attention. It's good to know when people care, but I get uneasy when there are too many eyes on me. Are you glad I've run out of questions to ask? No, not really. Sure, I'm not used to talking that much about myself, but then again, I just got interviewed by an actual extra Chirophorian being. Oh, Sophine, unless that is another one of these surreal dreams again. And that's all that they have to say about their character that I found. They sound like a really neat character, really well made and designed. I really like how the character looks. Most of the time when people make humanoid underwater creatures, they make them more human-like and less fish-like. I'm not pointing fingers, even I'm guilty of that, so that's kind of what makes their character stand out a bit more. Not to mention how well they've executed it, just But let's see. Oh, I guess that's all the time I have for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and thank all the participants really quickly, and you'll see the names on the screen even if you want to just read it instead of hearing my sultry voice. Woohoo! Now, the list isn't too long. Not that many people participated this time, but you know what? That's okay. Maybe next time you'll see more people. Okay, I'm done stalling. Time to get tongue twisted. Tainted Truffle, Heroic 412222, Ink Sands 12345667, The Burning Princess, Kaleidesh, Bested Omega, Cupcake Warp, Hante Wheat, Nyanko 98, Casey Craze, Italian Macaque 95, and PPG Rainbow. Thanks to all the people who participated. Thank y'all again for participating. Now, if you want to join in the next drawing URC's video, then I have multiple ways of which you can join, or maybe, well, only a couple. One, you post your ICs in the forum when I post the forums. It contains all the rules that I have and everything. I could recommend that more than anything else. Or two, you can leave me a link in your character down in the comments below, and I'll go and check it out and see if it follows the rules or not. Last things last, before I go, if you want a guaranteed drawing from yours truly, I do accept commissions. My business email is linked to my channel in the About section if you scroll down there, and you can contact me if you're interested. I can tell you my terms of services from there. Or if you want to read the terms of services, then I'll link that down below in the description. Thank you for watching the video. I'm trying something new with my channel's avatar, as you can see, and I'm curious if y'all like it. I left it in the iCards if you like what I'm doing or not, and we'll see if this continues or not. But you're probably tired of hearing me ramble, so I'm gonna head out. Later, Gators. Bye.